I recently went to the Goodwill Akron Bins with Amy from Yoso Boho and her Aunt Beth and her mom. We had the best time. Are you ready to go along with us? Then let's get started. I mean, just look at the face. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. We don't know what it is. Oh, looky this Disney mug. That's going in my booth for sure. Oh, it's kind of yucky inside. Okay, look what I pulled out of the bins here. This is a Holly Hobby. I've never seen these. In perfect condition, and I have a feeling she's Amy. Also found this super cute tea container. Look what I see. Oh my gosh, it's in perfect condition. That's gotta come with me too. Are these worth anything? I think it's an LOL doll. What is this? A hippo? That's pretty cool. Here's the most tacky thing I found today. Ta-da! Apparently I was wrong. This is the tackiest thing. Ooh, look at that. I'm set up today on my kitchen countertop. As you might have noticed from my thumbnail, I have a big box of stuff, and I thought it would be fun to just dig through the box and you can experience a little bit of the fun I did at the bins because I don't know what's coming out next. Here's my box. This wouldn't even fit in it. I had a bag too, and just a little overview here to get you excited about everything I found. I got all of this stuff for $19.69 plus tax. Let's get started with this. I found this lovely little decanter, and it's for tea. I think it's just so sweet. I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of the jadeite color. And I've had good luck selling tea related items before in my booth at the Majestic. So this is going to go in my booth unless I decide to keep it. Remember, all of this stuff, or did I tell you, was $19.69. I love Pez, and I found this little bunny, and I think Amy actually got me this one before, so I'm going to put this in my booth at springtime or Easter time. And then I found this. It's a lovely vintage bell ornament, and it says made in Taiwan, I believe. Let me see. Yep, made in Taiwan. It has a little jingle bell type bell. I don't use blue at Christmas, but I thought somebody would want that. And then I also found this little ornament made out of felt. It looks vintage to me with sequins, and that will go in my booth. Out of this whole box, there's not a whole lot I'm keeping. This Amy found for me and told me about. I thought that was so precious, and I'll be putting that down at the Majestic real soon. Let's see, she's from Taiwan. No name, make her name on it, but I thought she was super sweet. Whoops. I always look for vintage picks or vintage looking picks, and I'll probably use this to stage something in my booth. In fact, I have a little vase now in my booth that I might put this in to bring attention to. All right, let's pull this out since this flew out. There was a section where I started finding Vintage Christmas, and I just kept pulling it out and pulling it out. There was nobody around me, and I was so excited to see what all I would find. I found these in box. On the side it says Holiday in Gold Trio brass ornaments. So I had to find them and dig around for them because they had become separated from the box. But I thought those would sell good in my booth. Anything brass is going really well. Look at this. I found this towards the end. Up at the front, they have some fragile items. Amy looked it up and she said it's a Libby glass. I don't think there's, oh, there is a symbol on the bottom. I don't know if it'll pick up on that, if the camera will, but I thought it was very mid-century modern looking. And only one, but that's okay. Somebody will want that. This was a mistake pickup and it cost me 4 cents. I have Tervis tumblers and I like to get the lids for them, but this is the wrong size. So I won't be hanging on to that. A practical item, I found a swing line taut stapler somewhere, I think at an estate sale, and didn't realize it took different size staples. So I have those to go in that. These two little angels are Leftons, but they are badly broken. Well, really, their wings are broken. I couldn't leave them behind. I think they're so precious. Let me make sure I don't drop them. Let's do one at a time. She has half a wing, but I am going to do something with these because, like I say, I couldn't leave them behind. Inside it says HH, which I don't know. I would think that would be Holt Howard, but then it has a Lefton sticker on it. Exclusives, Japan. There's a number 80112, and that is on both of them. So they do look like they could be little sisters, don't they? Look at their faces. Oh, and this one has a little baby doll, but her wings are completely gone. She must have been having a really bad day. So anyways, I got those and I'll be keeping those. This sums up me. Curse you, early morning. It's from the Peanuts movie from 2015. I love the blue inside. It's in perfect condition. Looks like it was never used, so that'll be going in my booth. I have been doing really well with mugs lately. Oh, this I was very excited to find. It's from Current, and I've talked about them before. They are still in business. They are online. I don't know if they do a print catalog anymore. And I had mentioned in a video not too long ago that I was going to have to stop buying recipe cards, but I did finally sell some in my booth, and you know, I love them. So these are probably some of the ones that came in that box for Christmas. And these, aren't they sweet? So the cool thing about these, I don't know if they're all this way, but a lot of them are the double cards. Did you ever run out of room for a long recipe? Well, that's what these were made for. So I will probably sell these in my booth and just mark them as found because, as you can see, they're not all Christmassy. So there was those just laying there in the box. I was surprised to find those. This is something I'm keeping. I do believe this is Amy from the Holly Hobby collection. On the bottom it says Holly Hobby Worldwide Art Inc. Oh, it does have a Roman numeral. I'm not good with those. I'll look that up and let you know what that is. And it was made in Japan. I couldn't find anything wrong with her. She has these little flowers here. They're all intact. Some little kittens in her basket. And there was some stickers on some things that day. This one says $6, so somebody must have tried to sell that for $6. Not Goodwill. But she's staying with me. In case you missed my last video, I actually showed her on my shelves in my craft room. So go back and check out that video so you can see all of the shelves if you missed that. And I found, oops, things are falling out of my box. I found some ducks. I do have a Jeep, and I don't know if you know about this, but people leave ducks on your car, and then you can leave ducks on other people's cars when you have a Jeep. So I thought this would be fun for Halloween. And they're just little made in China, or at least this one is. I'll clean them up a bit, and I will use them to duck somebody. All right, these I found one of. There are 3 of these, and then Amy found the other 2. These are ThermoServe West Bend, I think it's called. Let me look. West Bend, yeah. I think these are really, really nice. They're plastic, and I really like this one. This one's my favorite. Little mugs, and then there's this one. So those will be going in my booth, and they're very nicely stackable. Have you ever seen those? Did you have those? I don't remember of us having those at our house, but they looked really cool, so I picked them up. Then these I got, Beth found these in a baggie with some different hair things. They're brand new in package. Those will go in my daughter's stocking. She loves bobby pins. Oh, this I thought was really neat. Some kid's gonna love this. It's a rather large animal, and I'll just put that in my booth on the bottom shelf where I put stuff for the kids. This reminded me of my childhood. This is to go on your doorknob. So it's very light. So that was very cheap to pick up and very vintagey. That will go in my booth. Oh, this I love. Beth found this too. And I think this was from the same people that had the Holly Hobby. It's a Disney Cup 650. So it's called a mini legs mug. I think this would make a really cute planter as well. It is from Disney Parks and it does not have a year on it. Inside it says Minnie Mouse. So that will go in my booth and I think that will sell. I had a Disney mug in my collection that I decided to let go of and put in my booth. I put it in one day and the next time I went down it sold. So I think Disney's a pretty good seller for me. Here's some tacky Christmas. This could go around a candle, like a taper candle, or I like hanging them as a wreath. And it does have a little hanger type thing right here. So maybe that's what it's for. And there's some other kind of hanger here. I can't figure out how that would work. But are you team tacky Christmas or not? I definitely am. And then I found these two wreaths that are alike. Let's see, I would say this is probably the top, and this is probably the top. These will be going in my booth for sale for Christmas. Pretty spectacular, I feel. Amy found this and passed it off to me. She decided not to buy it. I've never seen anything like this. There's 2 sets of salt and pepper shakers. They are apples. Apples don't always sell real well for me, but I thought these were just so cool that I was going to take a chance on it since it's only like 30 cents to buy these at the bins. So those will go in my booth. And this next item, I had a guy come up to my cart and pick it out of my cart and ask me if I got it there at the bins. He was very impressed with my find. Campbell's Soup, little tiny thermos. This I would think would be collectible for people who collect Campbell's Soup things and also collectible for those people who collect thermoses. I don't get into anything like this other than Mickey Mouse. I have one like that. I think that was it. Otherwise, I just collect the metal or the plastic plain thermoses. So I was happy to find that, and that will go in my booth. This was made in Japan. I think it's just gorgeous. And it says it on the bottom. It looks like the J is gone. You can see it looks like part of a J, A, P, A, and then part of the N. So that's probably pretty old, and that was in that area where I hit the mother lode of Vintage Christmas. I would love to know if you know what this is. None of us knew exactly what it was. I was guessing an ashtray. We're not sure. We couldn't get any hits on it on Google or on eBay. So I would love to know if you know what that is. But I picked that up because I think somebody's going to want it in my booth. And then this is on the top here. I found this whole bag full of vintage bulbs. Some of them are in the original packaging, and I just had to pick those up. So those will go in my booth. Oh, here's something that fell out of my box. As you know, I always pick up these little flags whenever I find them for my decor. This one is loose, so I'll just put a little dot of glue at the top and at the bottom to stabilize that, and it needs a good cleanup. It's sticky, like maybe it had a sticker on it. Also, this would not fit in my box. Let's take a look at this. Isn't this spectacular? This will be going in my booth, and I thought that it would be nice to put little tchotchkes on to sell, and I'm predicting that the shelf will sell right away, so I'll be without a display. But we want it to sell, right? These 2 candles are very similar. I have one here with the 3 kings, or the 3 wise men, And then this one is Jesus praying in the garden, I would say. They both seem very Christmassy to me. Those will go in my booth, and they're both completely brand new and wrapped in cellophane. I have a couple more mugs here. This one's from Paris, and I thought somebody might want that perhaps has been to Paris or is going to go to Paris or whatever. They love Paris. On the bottom it says Decept Editions Paris, made in PRC. So picked that up for my booth. And then this mug caught my eye. That's Goofy, and I like the way it's so vibrantly colored. On the bottom it says made in Japan, so it's old Disney, made exclusively for the Walt Disney Company. It does have a little bit of use inside, so I will use what's it called? I always want to call it it is a magic eraser. My magic eraser. I want to call it sometimes a dry eraser, but hopefully I'll clean that up, or maybe some vinegar and baking soda. But if not, somebody might want it that just collects Disney. These were a great find. These will go on top of a string of lights. Let me just take one of them out and show you. I looked these up on eBay, and they're called glow molds. So look how darling they are. I just thought those were super cute. I'll probably save those for next year. And then same with this. I got this really awesome mask. Look at that. And let's see, I think this has a year on it. It says Fright Asylum 2000 Disguise Ink. So that will go in my booth next year, and it still has the elastic on it. This is going in my booth for the kids. A really cool looking dinosaur. And then this I found in that area with all the vintage Christmas, and we took it out of the box there just to see what it was like. So I'll take it out to show you. It's rather a tight fit, but it's called a holiday candle climber. All right, on the bottom it says December 1991 to Mom from Amy and Steve, love you. So it's at least that old. It is vintage. It was made in China, but it is vintage. So let's see. I'll show you what it looks like. There's a little piece of like tissue in there. Comes with the candle. Let's see, how would this be? I think like this. I don't have any of these. What are they called again? Candle climbers. I think they call them candle huggers as well. So that will go in my booth for Christmas. I only have a couple items left. This I couldn't resist. I told the girls, even though trays do not sell for me, this was pretty spectacular, and it was made in Japan. It's plastic, got some nice handles on it. It's a really nice size too. So that will be for sale at the Majestic. And then these, I actually sold one of these on eBay, new in package years ago. They're these old-fashioned scrapbooks. And it says right here, scrapbook. And let me show you inside. They're really dusty, but here's what the pages look like. So I found two of them, this vintage-looking green. And then I also found this more of a bluish green one. And it's thinner, and it says scrapbook right there. So I'm going to sell those in my booth. All right, I kind of threw this down at the bottom of the box because I knew it was my favorite, and I wanted to show you last. So this is the very last item. Look at this box. I'm in love with it. When I went to show the girls, the lid fell off in my hand. So I'll probably repair that since I'm just keeping it myself. And there are a couple of the little ornament hooks in there. I wanted to show you what they look like. They're very, very, very tiny. So that was a spectacular find, and I'll probably put it either on my tiered tray. Oh shoot, I just dropped one. I don't want to step on that. It'll probably either go on my tiered tray or on my kitchen tray that's over here. I mean kitchen shelf. So that's my favorite item. I probably would pick for a second these angels, even though they're damaged. I just adore them. So that's a major favorite. And let me see what else. I sure got a lot of stuff. This was absolutely a favorite as well. Well, how do you think I did for under $20 before tax at the bins to get all of this stuff? I love the bins. If you haven't been to the bins, I would really highly recommend going. You're going to love it, and you're going to find some great treasures. And if you go the first time and you don't have luck, don't give up. Just keep going. The more you go, the more you find. I would love to know what your favorite item was from my haul. And don't forget to come back to my channel. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell, because the next video I post is going to be of the same Goodwill, but on the retail side. We made a whole day of it, and it was so much fun. Thanks, Amy, for setting this up. We always have such a great time together, and it was great to be with your mom again and Aunt Beth. We always have so much fun. So stay tuned for part 2. I would love to know what your favorite item or items are. Please put that in the comments below. It's so much fun to read. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll link that below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, wait, you're not done. You need to go over and watch Amy's video now.